Here's the next one, to thrive. I'm fascinated in the States. We don't have this very much in the UK or in Europe, but your channels, you've got something like 40 million channels. Most of them are weather. I think it's great. I came over early, and one of the weather channels said, "Oh, it's going to be raining tomorrow," and I was planning to be by the pool. And I thought, I'm going to see if there's another weather channel that has a difference. And there was. It's going to be sunny. I'll go for that one. You see, weather people, they exist to predict what the weather's going to be. They predict. They stand up. They don't stand up today and look at the weather and say, the weather in Orlando, Florida is cloudy. Useless. I know it's cloudy. I can see it. But what they do say is that there's a weather front coming in from the east. There's a likelihood that it's going to actually rain. There could be thunderstorms and tornadoes by the end of the week. So we can plan. So what do we do in testing with our information? We've run 50 tests. 20 have passed. We've found 30 bugs. And 20 have been fixed. That's exactly like saying the weather now is cloudy. And we've got to use statistics. We have to use correlation. We become a weather person. We try to predict trends using trend analysis and forecasting. That's what we need to do as managers and as testers. Now, this guy here, I don't know if you know him, probably not. He's a very, very famous weather person. In 1986, his name is Michael Fish. In 1986, in October, he stood up publicly and said, there is a rumor that the UK are going to be hit with torrential hurricanes and winds. Not going to happen. In October 1986, we had the most horrendous hurricanes ever known in the UK. It killed 8 people. It brought down houses. He got it wrong. He wasn't fired. He got it wrong. And you know, with us, when we trend analysis, where we forecast, we will get it wrong. And you know, it's not our fault, is it? You know, the trend here is that the number of bugs are going to increase. You know, and the trend is that we're going to predict more bugs than we anticipated. It's not our fault. And when the weather forecast person says, you know, there's a hurricane coming in Orlando by Friday and torrential rain and lightning, it's not their fault. So we need to relax in that. It's okay. And maybe just smile. You know, the weather today is really, you know, cloudy, but I forecast by the end of the week it's going to be hurricanes. And smile. You see, we need to use correlation. We need to use basic statistics. These are 2 graphs that are linked. They're a part of a project. We can use forecasting using these graphs. The first one shows the number of test cases that we are running. The prediction is if we continue along that path, we are not going to make the date in terms of the number of test cases. In fact, by day 3, we're running half as many tests that we plan to run. Now, there could be good reasons for that. We need to understand and analyze it. But in association with that, we have predicted, and I'll go on to this in a minute, we have predicted the number of defects, the quality of the software, and we've predicted that it should be 30 defects in that 10-day period, in that sprint. And on day 3, we're finding 3 times as many bugs. Yeah, 3 times as many bugs. So my prediction is that 30 was the wrong number. It's 3 times that. It's 90. However, that's raining. That's cloudy. It's actually hurricane season. Because those 2 graphs are interlinked. And the top graph says we are running half as many tests and finding 3 times as many bugs. So in fact, our prediction of 30 bugs was incorrect. It's more like 180. It's not our fault. It's a prediction. Our prediction could be wrong, but we need to predict.